What's up, guys? Um, Hopefully you can hear me. The music's a little bit loud, but it is currently Monday, Memorial Day. We're up early. It's about 6 o'clock. Not even 6 o'clock. 5:48 right now. And I just want to give a quick shout out to anyone that's serving in the military or has served in the military. Anyone you know that's serving in the military, shout out to you and thank you for your service. Without what you do, no one else would be able to live the lives that they live. So I want to say thank you to all of them that serve, have served, or know someone that serves. So thank you. But today we're going to record a chest workout. And yeah, I know we've done a little bit more like chest workouts and stuff like, well, I should say push workout actually. So we're going to do chest, shoulders, tries, and I'm going to take you through a workout.
Welcome to the commentary, guys. So we're going to get right into the workout. And for any of my upper body days, I always do the same warm up for my shoulders and stuff like that. So for my chest day or my push day, I would always start with this warm up. And I just take a band and do some like face pulls, like you'll see here. I do some pulls to the side just to warm up my rotator cuffs and to warm up my shoulders. There's a couple different things that I do. You can kind of just watch this. I'll speed it up so it doesn't take as long, but you can do this if you want, or you can do your own. It's pretty simple, and it only takes about 5 minutes. And I think it's a really good way to warm up your shoulders and just get ready for a push day. And also, one thing I like to add is I do a little bit of like rows as well with the bands. Sometimes I'll do it with just like the barbell, but something really light just to get a little bit of blood into the back before I do any pressing movements. I don't know why. It's just a preference I've had for about the last year. I used to never do it, but I like to just get a little bit of blood flow into the back before I start any pressing movements. So you guys kind of get the idea with just warming up the shoulders and getting a little bit of blood into the muscles. But the next thing I go into is, I don't know if it's just called a shoulder dislocator. You just take a band or a PVC pipe and just bring it behind your head, dislocate your shoulders. This is more of just like stretching my chest because I'm really not flexible at all. So this kind of helps with that. You can try this out if you like it or not. If you have your own warm up, that's fine too. But right after this, we get right into the workout. Alright, so getting into the workout, this is pretty much a staple for me. On my first chest day of the week, I almost always start with a flat barbell bench. And the reps kind of vary, but usually I go pretty high volume. And especially right now, since I'm cutting, I'm not going to go super heavy. I think I did sets of 5 today, which was pretty heavy actually for me. But it wasn't like I was maxing out. So it was like an RP 8, which means that I had a couple reps left in the tank yet. So for me, I've always done very high volume workouts. That's just how I like to train, and I think that's part of the reason that my chest has grown so much. So I really like doing high volume stuff. That means quite a few lifts for each muscle group. Usually I tend to do 5 to 6 for chest, and I'll do 4 sets of each of those different exercises. So for this one, like I said, I did 4 sets of 5 with 205 here, which isn't a lot of weight for me compared to what I used to do during my bulk. But for right now, since I'm cutting, I don't really want to push it and I don't want to injure myself. So that's what I chose. Again, guys, today, because it was my first chest day of the week, I started off with a flat barbell. But yeah, as you'll see in the next clip, I go to an incline dumbbell. So I always like to kind of switch off between either flat or incline barbell, and then my next movement will be something that hits the opposite. So today, because I did flat barbell, the next thing I would go to is an incline dumbbell, just so I can hit all variations of the chest. So this is emphasizing more upper chest, even though there's only one chest muscle, or I guess there's two, pectoralis major and minor, but you you can't hit like lower chest. It focuses more on lower, upper, or whatever. But I just like to get variation in there to make sure that I'm hitting the chest as best as I can. So you'll always see that I kind of vary it up. If I start with flat barbell, I'm not going to do another flat movement right away. I'll go to like an incline dumbbell press. If it was my second day, I would be starting off with an incline barbell, and then I would go to a flat dumbbell. So you'll see that I always have variation. I like to switch it up to hit the chest as best as possible. I'm never doing two things right in a row usually that focus on the same part of the chest. So now that I have both of my compounds done, or I would say two more complex movements done, this is where my workout starts to pick up the pace a little bit. This is where I start doing more supersets, and it's just usually like flies or lighter weight but higher volume, higher reps. So for this one, I think I did like 10 to 12 reps on the press, and then I went right into push-ups. Sometimes I would do like high to low flies, and then I would go right into low to high flies. I just always, after either my first compound movement or my second compound movement, I start to pick up the pace. I have lower rest times, and I do more reps. Usually just my first and second lift of chest are heavier, where I'm doing more weight, and less reps. And I'm trying to focus a little bit more on strength, so I'll have a little bit longer rest times. But then after that, I really pick up the pace. I start to sweat, and I just go after that pump. I'm doing high reps, keeping the intensity up, so like I just stated before, this is another one of my go-to movements or go-to supersets for chest. This is what I finish with a lot of times on my first chest day of the week. So I go from a high to low cable fly just to hit the lower chest a little bit, and then I go right into a low to high cable fly to hit the upper chest a little bit. And again, this is pretty high volume. I'm doing 10 reps of each one, almost no rest times. It's a superset, so I do both of those, and then I'll rest for maybe like 30 to 45 seconds and go right again, just to keep the blood in the chest, in the muscle, and just keep the intensity up and keep the volume high. And that is how I found that I grow my chest best, and how I like to train to grow my chest. You're not going to be able to lift a lot of weight doing this, but your chest is definitely going to grow by doing this. So that was it for chest. We did 6 movements or 6 exercises for chest, and then I went into a overhead press, 1 rep in front of the head and then 1 rep behind the head, and that counts as 1 rep. And this one I went a little bit heavier on because this is my first compound and my only compound for shoulders. So the reps aren't super high with this, but I'm going for a little bit more strength on this, even though I'm cutting right now, so my strength isn't there. But with my first lift for any movement, chest or shoulders, and then back, biceps and tricep doesn't really count. I don't really go heavy on those ever. But for my first one for chest or shoulders, I always like to go a little bit heavier and go for a little bit more strength. So now we do kind of the same pattern as for chest. We start to pick up the pace a little bit, and we do more reps. So on this one, we're doing the Arnold press, but we're doing it for like 10 to 15 reps. And the rest times are much lower than when we were doing our compound movement. Now, some people would still consider this a compound movement, but we're supersetting it with an upright row. So this just really keeps the blood in the muscle, keeps the intensity high, and ups the volume. So this is how you're really going to get your muscles to grow. It's not the best for strength, I'm going to be honest, but really my goal as a bodybuilder is to just grow my muscles. I don't have to be super strong. I just want them to look really big. So this is the way to do it, just keeping the intensity high, low rest times, and doing a lot of volume. Then right after our superset of Arnold press and upright rows, we went right into a lateral raise for like 10 to 15 reps. Now I said 10 to 15 because on your first set you might get 15, it might be pretty easy, but then towards the end you might only get like 10 reps. But that's all right. We're just going to keep the rest times low still and keep the volume high, 4 sets of this. So for chest, we did 5 or 6 lifts or exercises. For shoulders, we do 4, maybe 5 sometimes, and then we move on to triceps. In triceps, I really like to start with either like a tricep extension, or I like to start with a skull crusher. Skull crushers have been one of my favorite exercises for growing my triceps, and my triceps are one of my best muscles personally, I think. And yeah, I give a lot of credit to skull crushers for that. I used to do a lot of barbell skull crushers, but I don't really like that anymore. It kind of hurts my elbows. And then you'll see I superset this with like I don't even know what to call it. But you just turn the dumbbells and keep them together when you bring them down. And then right after that superset, we went into a tricep extension. And the only reason I'm kneeling is so that I could get myself in the shot. Otherwise, I'd be standing. But you can do it either way. If you're kneeling, there's not going to be any swing. And then I keep the reps pretty high on this again. I would say 10 to 15 usually. And also, I throw in some pyramids sometimes, so I'll work my way up in weight and do less reps. But I also supersetted this one with overhead extensions. This is another one of my go-to supersets. Tricep extension into an overhead extension, and it's pretty killer. So that is basically the end of the workout. I just finished with cardio on the Stairmaster. But I hope you guys like this video. If you want to see me do more commentaries, or if you want more commentaries, just let me know down in the comments below. Try this workout out. Try this style of workout out to grow your chest or grow your muscles in general. Alright guys, we just finished up the workout. I ended with 30 minutes on the stair stepper with sweatshirt and sweatpants on. So I am absolutely fried. I might bump up the cardio sometime this week, but right now I feel like it's good because I also just dropped my calories to 2,300 now. So that's how that's going. We got a couple more weeks left, I think 3 or 4. But yeah, we're gonna finish it out strong. I hope you guys like the workout, the good push workout. I know everyone likes hitting chest. Turn on lights. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I hope you guys like the workout. If you like the workout, comment down below if you tried it. Like the channel, subscribe to the channel if you like the channel. I'm gonna try to upload once a week and maybe even 2 times a week sometimes. But yeah, if you could just leave a like, support the channel if you like it, spread the channel if you like it. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a good Memorial Day. I'll see you guys in the next video.